Good morning, children. Okay, now this is only a revision going on of ours. Last I had done a poem, and that was television. I hope that had helped you in making a project also. And even today in the live class, in this on Thursday live class also, we had discussed a little bit about the project, and hope that had benefited you. Today we will go with daffodils. It's a very easy poem. Several times you must have learned, even in class 8 you have done it, and then many a times we have done this one. Daffodils, written by William Wordsworth. The poem Daffodils shows Wordsworth's love of nature. We all know that Wordsworth was a lover of nature. It brings home the idea that nature is the source of eternal joy. So what idea does he give us? He's saying that yes, nature is the eternal. Nature is a source of eternal joy. The beautiful scene of the golden daffodils fills the poet with pleasure, and his heart begins to dance with daffodils. So this is what he said, that even if the poet is in his pensive mood, or in solitude mood, or he's lonely, vacant mood, if he thinks about those golden daffodils, at once his heart dances with pleasure along with the daffodils. Then he's saying that so what is this poem all about? Daffodils is Wordsworth's most famous work, and shows vividly his love of nature. It underlines the idea that beautiful objects of nature like daffodils, flowers that bloom earliest in spring in England, fill our minds with pleasure. Even the memory of such objects delight us. The poet tells us that how he once saw a large number of golden daffodils, golden colored flowers, beautiful daffodils growing beside a lake and under the trees. In their company he felt happy. Then felt very happy and was lost in the beauty. He continued to gaze at the beautiful sight. Afterwards, whenever he was lonely or sad, the memory of these beautiful flowers filled him with great pleasure and happiness, and his heart began to dance with the dancing daffodils. So this is actually what the poem is all about. Okay, now this poem has got two themes. It has got. So what are the themes of here? The themes are that one is nature, a source of eternal joy. That is one theme of here. And secondly, it is what? Nature's healing power. Nature's healing power is also one of the. Okay. Then, so what is the theme of here about? What is the nature? A source of eternal joy. How it is a source of eternal joy? The poem brings home the idea that nature is a source of eternal joy. Yes, it brings home the idea. Is of course correct. Nature is full of beauty that captivates, that catches, that attracts, that captivates us all the time. The beautiful objects of nature, flowers, plants, all these are things of nature, like lakes and stars, the sun, the moon, and so on and so forth, till our minds with pleasure. Then fills our mind with pleasure. In the poem Daffodils, it is the beautiful scene of the golden daffodils that grow along the lake, and that grow along there. That is the poet is mesmerized by the beauty of the daffodils, and the yellow daffodils. And the daffodils grow near the lake appeared to be tossing their heads. They're tossing their heads in the gentle breeze, as if it was dancing, as if in a dance. And the poet realized, what are the lines given here? A poet could not but be gay in such a jocund company. So if the poet gets a company of the flowers, like this company, if he gets, then he cannot keep himself under control, but he is filled up with joy. And then he says that you don't know what wealth I have got by seeing these flowers. He continued to gaze at the beautiful sight of the golden daffodils, the real worth of which he realized only when he was removed from it. Then he realized, oh my God, what wealth it was. And now I'm come up here. He comes to realize that nature has the ability to soothe and delight us in our melancholy mood. That's true, of course. The beautiful scene of the daffodils often flashes upon his inward eye, across his inward eye, and he feels as if his heart was dancing in joy with the dancing of the daffodils. So this is a source of eternal joy what the poet gets. And we sometimes, like we people, if you want to really enjoy nature, you have to go into that. You have to have the real feeling for that. You have to have the real love for that. That eternal feeling you should have. But we people just, oh come on, these are yellow flowers, come on, these are jungly flowers, throw it away. No, that will not be. That is why when we think about these flowers and all, our hearts don't dance like the poet's heart dance when he dances when he is in a very pensive and a solitude mood he is. Then how is nature a healing power it has got? How? This poem shows how nature has the power to heal our stressed soul. If we care to turn to nature, we are amazed to find the wonderful sights such as wonderful sight such as the one described in the poem The Daffodils. The concluding stanzas, makes it clear that, what does it make clear? That a beautiful sight in nature is capable of removing what? Any stress and gloom from our minds. Yes, the poet says that whenever he is in a very sad or in an idle mood or a pensive mood, the beautiful scene of the daffodils, when it flashes upon his inward eye, in his mind, and then his mind is filled, and the heart is filled with pleasure. This is what we feel in the lap of nature. Yes, but just looking at the starry sky, the rising or setting sun, the garden, the birds, the trees, we forget all our weals and woes. In this sonnet, for this is a sonnet, the world is too much with us. Wordsworth rightly says, what he says, the world is too much with us, late and soon, getting and spending, we lay waste our powers. Little we see in nature that is ours, we have given our hearts away a sordid boon. So in this sonnet he has said that what nature is, what nature brings to us, and how nature has got the healing power. So when the poet when Wordsworth was in a very sad mood, when often he lies upon his couch, and then when his heart, when he's in a very vacant mood or a pensive mood, in a solitude mood, he just thinks about those daffodils, how they were tossing their heads in the gentle breeze, and that the yellow color flower, the 10,000 he has seen at once. What figure of speech is this one? This is a hyperbole, yes. And then 10,000 he saw at once. This is a little bit of exaggeration. Then he has seen flowers, of course, and it was never-ending line. Till his sight went to whichever furthest way the sight went, he could see the golden daffodils. So then he's saying, and they are not very they're just simple flowers. They're not very extraordinary flowers and all this. It's very simple flowers. But the sight of those flowers, the dancing, the tossing heads of the flowers and all, brought joy to this man, to this poet. Okay, then what does the summary say about him here? It says that the poem Daffodils depicts the sight. What sight it depicts? That the poet actually enjoyed in the company of his sister Dorothy while they were in the woods beyond Gobaro Park. In the beginning, the poet describes himself as a cloud. He describes a cloud that floats over the hills, underlying the fact of the seclusion. Though he was not lonely in reality, he was along with his sister. All of a sudden, his eyes fell upon a large belt of daffodils by the side of the lake. They were sheltered under growing trees. A gentle breeze made these golden-colored flowers wave and dance. The poet uses the word host from the daffodils as if they were welcoming the poet, being their guest. It seemed as though golden daffodils were the host, they were welcoming the poet. And then, then he says that, further he says, what does he say? Further he says that, what does he say? The poet feels that the daffodils were as numerous as the stars. In the second stanza he says, as numerous as the stars that shine and twinkle in the Milky Way. Yes, They were spread in a long line on the bank of the lake. The poet saw a large number of them moving their heads, tossing their heads as if they were dancing and rejoicing. Yes, and then the poet says that the poet observes that the waves on the surface of the lake seem to be dancing. And even the daffodils were dancing, but the dance of the daffodils, what they did, they surpassed the surpassed their dance in in liveliness. Means the dancing of the daffodils were much more lively than the dance of the waves on the lake, on the surface of the lake. Then the poet seems that no poet can help feeling delighted in the presence of such delightful companions. He continued to gaze at the beautiful scene, he continued to gaze and gaze and gaze, and then he was so lost in the beauty that he could hardly realize its worth then. Then he could not realize the worth of the daffodils. He realized the worth only when he was away from the sight of the daffodil. Then he realized, oh my God, I'd seen such a wonderful thing. The concluding stanza of the poem is quite important, of course, very, very important it is, because here the wealth, how does the wealth of the daffodils which he has seen brings home or brings to him and makes him lively when he is very sad. It is in fact often quoted by critics to prove Wordsworth's point that poetry takes its origin from emotional, then recollected in tranquility. Okay, then it is important to keep in mind that Daffodils, like many other poems, records a past experience. That is why the poet says, "For oft, when on my couch I lie, in vacant or in pensive mood, they flash upon that inward eye, which is the bliss of solitude." Yes, this is the bliss of solitude. What is the bliss of solitude? Those daffodils are the bliss of solitude. Yes, that's right. Then the memory of the scene of the golden daffodils fills the poet's mind with joy. His heart begins to dance with the daffodils when that picture flashes upon his inward eye. He forgets his sadness or loneliness. Then it is of course in solitude that human mind captures the things that already seen. The poet wants to emphasize, what does he want to emphasize? That nature is a source of eternal joy to man. Yes, on this nature, if you are in the lap of nature, if you keep yourself in the lap of nature, if you play in the lap of nature, obviously nature will take care of you. You leave yourself to nature, nature will take care of you. Just like a nurse, it can behave like a nurse. Okay, children, this is a very simple poem, of course, and quite a simple poem. Simple poem in the sense, literary meaning is quite simple, but see how touching it becomes, and then see the simple thing, only this ordinary flowers, how they bring joy to the poet when he is very sad, when he is lying on his couch in a very sad mood, which is when he observes when those daffodils, when those bunch of daffodils or the belt of daffodils, they flash upon his imaginations and all. Then what happened when he sees the daffodils dancing, tossing their heads and all? Even his heart, along with the daffodil, it begins to dance, and again he becomes very joyful. And this is what he said is the bliss of solitude. Okay, children, we have this one now. Okay, what the inward eye. The inward eye is a memory. Okay, it's a metaphor. It's a metaphor. Refers metaphorically to the memory of the poet. That is called as the inward eye. Okay, and then there are so many similes also here. The poet compares the idle wandering of that of cloud over hills and like clouds and hills. So here he says, so these are all similes over here. Then another one is, he compares the idle wandering of that of cloud over hills and valleys. Then he compares the beauty of the daffodils, and then daffodils with that of the twinkling stars in the sky. And then again he compares the dance of the daffodils with that the waves. Yeah, waves like to point out the superiority of the daffodils in their liveliness. Okay, children, till here we can Till here we can complete, let us discuss so much only, because it is already done. I just told you about the poem over here, and I've given you two themes also I've given regarding this poem. What are the two themes of your main themes of your nature? A source of eternal joy, and secondly, nature is a healing, nature's healing power. How can nature heal your sadness also, if you can really fall in love with nature then? Okay, till then, children, take care of yourself. Have a good day. Be safe. Bye.